Imagine, if you will, a great cathedral of concrete and steel, once thrumming with immense power, now fallen silent. This is the fate of a decommissioned nuclear power plant. A modern-day pyramid built not for a pharaoh, but for an invisible, enduring legacy. Its birth was a promise of clean, boundless energy, a beacon of human ingenuity, but its death is a process that will outlast civilizations. To be born as a nuclear plant is to be born with a destiny of eternal vigilance. For decades, it hums with life. Inside its core, atoms split, releasing the very energy that forged the stars. This power lights up our cities, warms our homes, and drives our industries. It is a titan of the modern age, a testament to our mastery over the elements. But this power comes at a cost, and the bill always comes due. The moment a plant is switched off for the last time, it does not simply die. It transforms. It enters a new phase of its existence, a long, slow journey into oblivion. This is decommissioning, a word that sounds clean and administrative, but masks a monumental task. The plant becomes a tomb, and its keepers become guardians of a silent, sleeping danger. The first stage is often called SAFSTA, or safe storage. The most highly radioactive fuel is removed from the reactor core and placed in deep pools of water. These pools, often lined with brilliant blue tiles, act as both a coolant and a shield. The water glows with an ethereal blue light, the Surencuff radiation, a visible sign of the immense energy still being shed by the spent fuel. For years, sometimes decades, the fuel will rest here, its radioactive fever slowly abating. It's a period of quiet waiting, a long and patient vigil. The once bustling control rooms, filled with technicians and engineers, are now empty. Monitors that once showed the vital signs of a living reactor now display flat lines. The silence is profound, broken only by the hum of ventilation and the gentle lapping of water in the cooling pools. After this cooling-off period, the real work begins. This is decon, or decontamination. It's a painstaking, almost archaeological process. Every pipe, every valve, every square inch of the facility must be tested for contamination. Workers, clad in layers of protective gear, move like astronauts through the silent halls. They use special tools to scrub, scrape, and cut away the radioactive skin of the plant. It's a slow, methodical battle against an invisible enemy. The goal is to remove as much of the radioactivity as possible, separating the clean from the contaminated. The most challenging part is the reactor vessel itself. This is the heart of the plant, where the nuclear chain reaction took place. For decades, it was bombarded with neutrons, its very atoms transformed, becoming radioactive. Dismantling this colossal steel structure is a feat of engineering unlike any other. Often, it is too hot to be handled directly. Robotic arms, controlled from a safe distance, are used to carve it into manageable pieces. These pieces are then sealed in massive, lined containers, destined for a final resting place. And this is where the story takes its most sobering turn. What do we do with the waste? The high-level waste, the spent fuel rods, remains dangerously radioactive for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of years. It must be isolated from the environment for a timescale that dwarfs all of human history. The pyramids of Giza have stood for 4,500 years. We need to build a tomb that will last 20 times longer. Scientists and engineers have proposed deep geological repositories. Vast underground caverns carved into stable rock formations, far from groundwater and seismic activity. Here, the waste would be sealed away, entombed in layers of rock and clay, with warning markers designed to communicate with any future civilization that might stumble upon it. How do you write a warning that will be understood 10,000 years from now? What symbols, what language, can transcend the rise and fall of empires? This is one of the profound ethical and philosophical questions that the nuclear age has bequeathed to us. The rest of the plant, the lower-level waste, is also carefully packaged and sent to specialized disposal sites. Tons of concrete, steel, and equipment are buried in engineered landfills. The land itself, where the plant once stood, is meticulously cleaned, remediated, and tested until it is declared safe for public use. The goal is to return the site to a greenfield state, as if the titan of concrete and steel had never been there at all. But can it ever truly be gone? A shadow remains. The process of decommissioning can take decades and cost billions of dollars, sometimes more than it cost to build the plant in the first place. It is a debt passed down to future generations. For every year of clean energy, we create a legacy of waste that requires centuries of stewardship. To be born a nuclear plant, then, is to have a strange and tragic life cycle. It is to be a giant that serves humanity for a brief, brilliant moment, only to become a monumental burden in its long, slow death. It is a tomb of silence, a monument not to a king or a god, but to a powerful, double-edged discovery. Its silent halls are a reminder of the immense responsibility that comes with wielding immense power. A reminder that some things, once created, can never truly be unmade. They simply wait, patiently, in their silent, man-made tombs, for the long centuries to pass. Thank you for watching. If you found this journey into the afterlife of a nuclear plant thought-provoking, please consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world around us. Stay curious.